You can see he bolted for it. He really tried to make a run for it. But I got something for him. A rubber band. I'm gonna tell you, today is a bad day to be a bull calf on Stringer Bridge Farm. We got the old South Pole, he's safe. The old Hereford, I think he's safe for another month or two. We'll keep an eye on him. But a Dexter Hereford cross, bad day for him. He's gonna get the old rubber band treatment here in just a minute. I'm gonna get his head caught in here, and then I'm gonna show y'all how we get our bulls castrated. All right, he does not seem to like that at all, but I'm gonna get you up close and show you some of the tools we use and how we go about doing getting these bulls castrated. All right, so here on our farm, I like to castrate our bulls. I'm gonna say more like at that 6 months to a year time frame. I've gone through and we've tried some different ages where we castrate. We've done the 1-2 day old, couple of week old, and then we've even done all the way up to a year. I find the calves definitely seem to grow better if we leave them intact until they're at least about 6 months old. And we use the banding technique, and I've never really had any of them take a real downturn when you castrate them, when you band them like this. So to me, I just soon take advantage of the growth, leaving them intact, and then we'll band them as they get bigger. Now when we band them when they're really young, which I probably won't do anymore, but we used to use this tool right here where you have the small little Cheerio looking rubber band, small little pair of pliers, and you can use this up to a few weeks old, maybe even a month old, on a bull. But once they get a little bit bigger like this guy, they start getting 300, 400, 500 pounds. And I much prefer to use these. You can see the rubber band is on there. It's a much thicker, bigger rubber band. This is called the XL Bander. I believe I got this one from Premier. And it works really well for bulls up to, I'm gonna say 700 or 800 pounds. I've been able to do this. Might be a little harder as they get bigger, but this tool definitely works. As far as pre-work, you want to make sure your calves have at least one thing before you band them like this, and that's a tetanus shot. They can get tetanus if you didn't give them a tetanus shot. So that's one of the few things we do, and you need to make sure they've had that before you go do this. And one other thing is, I've been involved where you castrate without equipment like this. I think it's much safer for me and for the steer or the bull, whatever you want to call them. If you've got them restrained, especially in a chute, you can rope them, tie them down, kneel on their neck, all kind of different ways you can restrain these animals. But for me, this is the simplest. I really like this piece of equipment. It is great for doing this work. So you can open up this bottom, and once you've got them squeezed down and you got pretty good access to what you need to get to, and it keeps you pretty safe. Now, anybody's been around cows, you know I'm actually doing this the opposite way. Normally I'd come from behind this bull and do it because they can kick to the side a little bit better than they can kick straight behind them. But for demonstration purposes here, I'm gonna come in kind of at the wrong spot, but he's pretty well restrained, so I don't think I'll have any issues with it. All right, I got you up close, about as good as I can get you. So again, this tool, you open the clamp, that's what you end up with. When they're bigger like this, you know, you'll have to kind of work one testicle in at a time. But I think we can. The other thing that's important is, for one, you got to get both testicles in there, and then two, you want to make sure that you do not have his nipples in there. So I've got it. I release it, and then I work the pliers off. All right. So you can see how the rubber band's on there. We didn't get his nipples in there. And what'll happen is I'm gonna turn him loose, and then in just a few days, you'll see this thing really start shriveling up. And then in a week's time or so, sorry about that. In a week's time or so, you'll really notice it shriveling, and it won't be too terribly long, and it'll actually fall off, and hopefully it's a total non-event. So I'm gonna get him turned loose, and we'll see how he behaves. You can see he just looking for his buddies to go hang out with, and we'll keep a close eye on him. I generally haven't had any complications from banding little bull calves, and I don't know, it's usually somewhere around a month, and they pretty much fall off and it'll be completely healed up. So something to watch, but in general we've had pretty much perfect success. I think maybe one time I had a rubber band break, and we had to recastrate him. It was in the first day or two, but in general that's a pretty easy method for a novice to get some of their bull calves castrated. If you don't have the equipment, I would definitely do it day 1 or day 2. If you're a novice, probably day 2. First day, let the cow calf bond with the mama. Day 2, you can come in, give them a tetanus shot and one of those little green Cheerio rubber bands on his manhood, and you've got a steer. You don't have problems with him breed your cows or anything like that. So anyway, that's how we do it here. So if you guys got any questions or comments, leave them below. If not, you guys have a good day. Bye.